Do you need an abortion? Are you in Indiana, Mississippi, Ohio, Texas, South Carolina, South Dakota, or Oklahoma because you're seeing ads that say, need an abortion? California's ready to help. Learn more at abortion.california.gov. Now, if you look at the small print in some of these ads, you'll then see Mark 12:31. Love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than these. Paid for by Newsom for California Governor.
He is utilizing Scripture to justify the killing of unborn children.
And only part of the Scripture. The first part of that is love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. He leaves that out and then invokes the second part of love your neighbor, as if trying to protect a baby from being killed is not loving your neighbor.
It's bad enough that they take these ads. That's free country can take out ads. It's bad enough that they're promoting abortion because it's horrible. What makes it even worse, invoking the words of Jesus to justify this is disgusting.
I think anytime you're invoking Scripture, you better be sure Scripture's on your side. And does some thought. Because when you get willy-nilly with it, which is what this is.
Oh, this is, yes.
This is just pulling something and say, let's throw this on the ad too to get more attention.
Right.
He wants us to be talking about it right now. So that's part of his goal. Doesn't like the way we're talking about it, but he also means the left is talking about it as provocative. I think when you start playing with the Bible verses to be provocative, you better make sure you're right.
I believe he's using this at his own peril. I think he uses it. And I'm not saying the wrath of this or the wrath of that. I'm just saying it is a nasty heightening of this issue. That shows you they will go at any length to put forward their view on this.
These were Jesus's words. And the fact that he's putting this on a billboard saying, kill your baby, which is completely against anything a Christian believes and the Lord believes. Life is precious and should be protected.
We just saw the overturning of Roe versus Wade. So let's put this in perspective, okay? So, of course, they're running Bible verses to try to justify their evil position because they just had a gigantic defeat at the Supreme Court of the United States. The case they feared the most, they just lost basically 6-3. 5 to overturn Roe, 6 saying the law in Mississippi was constitutional. So, of course, they're going to add Bible verses to their signs to try to promote this.
They're doing this because we all were doing the right job. We got Roe versus Wade overturned at the U.S. Supreme Court. Yeah. We got justices on the Supreme Court that would take that vote, that would make that vote on the Supreme Court, and they did. So you awaken some demons when you do the right thing.
Yeah.
So when we use the word like evil, and I would only do that because they chose to put religious references here, right? They chose to go there. And if they go there, we can talk about the idea that when you start winning on these big issues like saving lives, you awaken evil. And I think that's what you see through these ads.
I think the backfire effect on this could be significant, but as Jordan said, and I think said it correctly, is you got to understand what they're aiming at. Yeah. This is to build a national platform for Gavin Newsom. They see Joe Biden as politically vulnerable, that he may not run again, and Gavin Newsom wants to go to the head of the pack. And listen, make no mistake about it. He goes to the head of the pack. Guess what his position is on abortion? Exactly what the position is in California. And if you don't remember what California's position is, we have been following it extensively, and it is disgusting.
Not only can you kill the baby till the time that it's about to be born, now with the law that's sitting on Gavin Newsom's desk to be signed, which covers perinatal death of a child, which means after the child is born, that there cannot be an investigation into that death of a child, which is about 28 days after the child is born.
I remember this from the Operation Rescue days when the evil would come out, and it was like when I took the depositions of the late-term abortionists. Let me tell you something, folks. There's not many lawyers in America that could say they sat down at the table with these individuals that were doing these dismembering these children in the 7th, 8th, and 9th month of pregnancy and said it so clinically like it didn't matter. So, yeah, you're dealing with evil, and they're justifying it with a Bible verse.
I don't think that you can, kill a baby and not have something inside of you tell you that it's wrong. And so the justification, there's always a justification. And so now Governor Newsom on these ads, these, political ads that he's running in other states, not California, he's using them to, make you feel like, oh, gosh, as a Christian, now, can I be against abortion because I'm supposed to love my neighbor as myself?
He has a good look. He has the style. He looks presidential. Saying that as someone who thinks what he did is evil. But that's how the left is saying. And so he started to embrace this new left, but also tried to put some soft edges on it. Well, how do you do that? Say, you can still be a Christian and support our view on abortion.
That's what.
In fact, we're going to put in the gospel of Christ on the ad.